Hey, na na na. Chungo, open sikasi yonigo. Everybody, I want to hear you. Let's go. Come on. One more time. Come on. I like it from Aka on guitar. I can't hear you. Break it down. I want to hear that. Let's go. Come on. Zoom. I want to hear the man. Oh, hermano. Hermano. Oh, Zoom. Zoom.
I end the yawo na watch for assign about the two. Meeting at the Antonia Tifa Ifa. Na watching Yata Nkunya Asuna Feo Becasa. Actually, say Aje Afa Amanya somewhere a bit over him. Na it's a yashe and with the allocated down not yet the actual. I will say the media with me Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube channels to Today Ghana News TV. one more East region and to meet me here or high FM. Running important so more information center no meet me 18 so secure information center or northern region Saturday into and also meet me 18 or yene omo ever to check and come more in ray in your bear my doctor Abungu Mashu ono ever team akasa ede ama NPP ama you Dr. Bungu Patricia for my okay, Dr. Bunga. Dr. Bunga Makraba. Okay. Dr. Bungo and the network no and drink a car anything. Yen kona yen panyo o kasa edi ama NDC ama yuku ni odanse. Iti ni pasho owa ha na also which ya adoko ama yen. Ema Makraba.
Yonya na popu say.
Yami adomonswe.
Yes, I do, Mr. Moye. Michia, you may good evening, ma Ghana phone in a new tea for any Mebusian for Nimiano, Nima Dofonoma, almost and Martin in for the program. Miss Sansu the Michia Kesema, Yaya ex-president John Dramani Mahama, any current president, so Nanado Dankwa, any Nidom. In Chamo na Emily just said my basho no sona, and that's some GD said in semi the big go on be in semi everywhere now. That's
You yes, yeah, that's na NDC more come so then
so and that's now Ghana for in a NDC for I've released your press conference. If you are not between shed and yet then sana so me the buffalo be try afem kakra. Yeah, I won't say one more day, any name great and crossing, any omudi kita home, a funny ama in him, any yama beboa, on punto, and this Yamano Kono so, any Yapam for so, Ediania to form a share a year, Yabatons and Semia registration ecoso, and you na count ama Ghana minor in wide there, and so yet you Gideon say. And the press conference about out to a party, you know, you bet me account set. Now, I just most of them cannot retrieve, but it's going to be a very, very good place to begin our discussion today. Yeah, that's it.
You and yeah, that's the other sign about for other bedroom or Argentina. Young court said Dr. Bungo, if you didn't have to tell me okay, Dr. Bungo, yes, I am more power.
Yeah, me yeah, Jifa, me person may use this opportunity. Achia, yeah, President Nana Akufo-Addo. Na Masachia, your flag bearer, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and Ghana for ina. Mr. Person use this opportunity achia NPP German for say Omutaichi. Na Ghana for be via NPP diaspora Michio via Jifa. Na Mikopa na ni lamten so Michia no say ne de ye de boss pa fire to fire.
You and the other someone we ever asked. And you come to say, Obana, what share link no na for so and San Akibi. O comment no so carry na send my na to say yen come boom na yen to media na and yet come. You better the evening tribune the Obokrata na ya share stories a better home now she share the front page of the evening tribune. I come to say the evening tribune I know how news stand that was able to me after the evening tribune. Say I'm on Sanke Dina can kind stories and they are not yet about it to judge. Yeah, share the first story on the front page. I said voter registration violence signals danger for the Zimba Post Peace Council and air cancer in Semi. Another story is so reassure Ghanaians you are impartial and also CDD and air capture electoral commission. Say any Bagging someone's parliament to sit on Friday. And also another story. That story thing now, we say into details my own son and the evening tribune, the overcrackano. Now with story about it to okay, you better than your home after one for crowd, so you topic about discussing, so you're the best to them. Yo, yes, I am a winner. Your first topic I discuss, yes, voters registration, also, to first time voters, I do and any opportunity, as they say, or more register. Now, almost me any voters ID card, and they are Monday, December, a in some degree in a APP or saboteurs registration. We can say just someone for every neighboring countries no and register. It is so say violence also. It will me every you just say in semi no credit and I say in church movie it will one we must say double registration also. If you must say minors and I register if something in semi about to no no problem. And I sent you movie or why I would say a man you puno more at the Mayana and no NBA visa. In seeing Dr. Bongo Mashood when I enter the whole agentry. Dr. Bongo, yes, time I'll probably. Pastor, yeah, time for Dr. Bongo and Sona on China, you fancy who am I? Dr. Bongo Mashood. Okay, so Dr. Bongo, you're ready. I call Yenya Bema Nilam Tehona. Ono actually J afa nsemi ho. Se NDC for same person na omo say amane no. Okay. Dr. Bongo ye ma kwa baby.
Yeah, yeah.
If you say asem no same person yes to say minors are being registered. Foreigners are also being registered. Not just say but no me mu ama ahoho ene amabete decision the amaye and I say these are just rumors na it should be how the mayana.
Jifa, me person me say use this opportunity actually on Crawford in omo amutie and a Ghana for we be omo bia. Na Jifa ECD de bia meka say Ghana de say ye betimi atoto name yi abra both parties betimi agye atum say ne ECE no eye e be take time because say ina nim say NDC war power na ECE adia e be opposition etimi ye allegation say enti me hu ni say the same thing na ekoso allegations are ekoso no to say opposition no on person mu ye dede keke on person mu ye allegation keke because Emekaya EC or you see constitutional instrument 126 na ko see or per se or more Ghana card and register. Wow. NPP F washo but NDC Genetum said no. Emma easy you see Ghana card in register because of these issues, these allegations now mayeno. Ye na you say Ghana card no ke ya dia ebetimi aboa but NDC for an opposition party no e kasa ye press conferences e kiki against that idea na easy na person all ye no. Enti mimi who say it's part of the political games ye manipulate easy no because so I say foreigner and omodi abaso on register this will prove and then say oh call easy registration centers ni na almost two options either we Ghana card and I say oh Ghana passport ubetimi register and say me mo Ghana card and I say mo Ghana passport na me be register automatic based on the rules and the regulation of the EC. And I said the constitution of Ghana, and it's a more Ghana card. It's still send me a Ghana, then I'm a Ghanaian. Won't me send me a foreigner. And another option is say, so be ni Ghana card and only passport. Also pay is it 2 or 3 guarantees? I'll bet me a guarantee no. And it's all your guarantees no guarantee I'm an register. On what basis will be back as or a foreigner? This is all proof. And as all prover, so be a foreigner. Want me register the best thing say and once over report am police for say assume say or a foreigner which proof want me go share nipa nim and I say nipa ni enka ye krom kasa no see proof say nipa ni a foreigner no want me find yen sir because e bi mu wo honu ma e bi sebi ni mama ni papa e bi o me Ghana for but o ma wo ni wo Togo on ti Ghana kasa and during voter registration as any parents say oh umbra number register ne mama ye Ghana ni papa ye Ghana but to Togo no think so foreigner because ma won Togo there be o kan sa na enye yie providers so bit ma proof say ni mama ye Ghana ni and I say one of the parent Ghana ni he's qualified because Ghana constitution say if one of your parents and mama ye Ghana ni na ni papa ye Togo ni still or ye Ghana ni or right so which me ba Ghana ever register until omoba must approve na meet me can say no say foreigners be register there be foreigner ntimi be register sa e ma ni nye de enye yi nti difa o ka maka say NDC for propaganda na so mo person mo paint EC commissions no say omuma foreigners register and then say nyesa na o san bisa say you see omo ba se nkrofo o ma be vote eno no sa no meka say no say sebi registration centers no ebi wo highway chire enti we expect say akora we di 18 years if you need transportation which me aba hono mu na constitution na wo na say electoral area na wo no so obi betima organize pass no wa so mu a anaso no do mu ko registration center na me yiri say o facilitate obo mu so mu for transportation enye say o pack mu ko dey bi enti say a political party dia metiasie say political party be NPP and facilitate sana say NDC wo honuma on be dede o meka so ebia NPP e ba se nkrofo omo be den e be register na se bi enye sa ebi o using oyi na komom or means of transportation how be boa younger people na ebi obi wo ha onye sika emba honum no we facilitate amom transportation amom be register enti obi hu sana on bisa on hwehwe ma obetwa video se be hu se me NPP ni na me wo me bus amaso nkrofo ba no betwa video no say ai wa hwa bongo o NPP ni wa koso nkrofo ba so mo register se bi na nya no kre se bi ebi nkrofo nkro mo de aba no kra na omo ye NDC for omo ye NPP for ebi mu ye neutral wow enti asam ne bi wo honu ma e wo say tem bi wo honu ma ye investigate ye hwehwe mu ehu say asam si e kan e anokre na say enye anokre because I was saying na kai easy for no mam ye mo easy no untimi ka say omo ye NPP ni untimi ka say omo ye NDC ni say bi wo evidence kura na ebi omo kan bom ebi within the staff no obi wo hanu ma ye NPP sympathizer obi also NDC sympathizer enti omo so nya akura omo ma obi me fa omo so sa ebi mu so ha omo ye teachers omo pe omo integrity more integrity. They have integrity, and they will not just use their integrity anyhow to compromise on political parties. Say, omufa minus and be register. There be, but this way now it goes into our electoral system. They be American. Say, easy no, it's a government institution, but it told the view of Honuma. I'm disappointed in EC. I didn't tell me disappointed in EC. Yeah, second, your fourth republic, the fourth republic of Ghana. You start here 1992. And if you look at 1992, you be drew. Memphis say 2004. You conducted almost 10 elections, right? If I'm not mistaken, because Kufuor, Rawlings 2, and Kufuor 2, that is 4, and Sana Nana 2. You conducted 6 elections. And if you multiply 6 by 4, Jifa, almost 30 years I practice it. It is easy to 2 minimum year. Because this time, a new coin say, Ghana near OD 18 years. Obeko, I could register. Wow. And me did say, who said you didn't buy the Ghana card in the so going forward, me did say bedroom maybe no. Easy, here, say Obimba be register. On benye data and automatic. No more invite Ghana ni. Na so ma invite to be already 18 years. No abeji ID card. And I saw me post the ID card now come obi. And I say obi betuma using the Ghana card. No ako vote. And me did say a drew ohonuma. But sometimes me disappointed easy at this stage. Still, yet me obi to me using the Ghana passport and vote. And obi to me using the Ghana card and vote. Just a easy say ID card a printed. Me who say a double cost. So it's time political parties soon etnasi and support it. Because at the end of the day, it's a Ghanaian institution. At the end of the day, it's a NDC. I can say I penny I'm using voters Ghana card and vote. Just say issue NUC issue different ID card. At the end of the day, a cost that is what it can be avoidable. I with my use I other project. But you are doing multiple voters ID card. Other countries, Germany and other developed countries, they use their passport to vote. Here, voters ID card so vote. You don't have to waste money for ID card because the passport it contains my own data. Going forward, maybe this say easy be your year. Now political parties so beboa na facilitate. They be American and when NPP ahead and abuan. O hwe se CA na nipa dodo a mo ye Ghana card. But umia other women and an akufa do women I must see the majority of Ghanaians say Ghana card. Ka NDC buy no, who say Ghana card ne started with Kufuor. Ka NDC buy in 8 years, ni ka mutimi years ana. Ka mijidi say ka sabe Ghana ubia o Ghana card, bit mo use Ghana card vote na ka sawe ni manima yimina no. Etwa so. But ni emetima kan so say NDC for omujai we elections no enyantako elections based on ideas. And the election based on the moral foundation of corruption. Wow, what moral foundation so which my fight corruption? Uno which my winning these elections. Jifa. And the mimican intendenta kwa oshe Collins daughter machina tuma. Oshe shootings nini man Collins daughter nipa kasi onya kora. You are above this. We a statesman. Nanko so what eka. Because at the end of the day we are all Ghanaians. And you are looking for power. When you get power, you are going to rule Ghanaians. You are not going to rule NDC. You are not going to rule NPP. So say a national project at least comport yourself. Show to the people that you are a leader. Men koko yeta kosi we anyway now we will be the hospital na ya chuwa no udin ko we bia mom Collins or court than other. You are under criminal prosecution of Segeleme housing project. No sound the way sound so. Enti me gidi say ni ma bi wo honuma and fe and fighter and tokwa a democracy. And democracy is based on the rules and the power of the people. You should always make sure say we follow what the people want, not what support it. Ghanaians. And Tijifa, me de besi hanum so se me twa so metimi atwa so akọ na me yeah.
Would you see how my best sign about the English? You better say. Young call Neelan Hona or also internal NDC for and the allegations to Donna Abase. Basin the Abim, if it's also foreigners, in the Incorpor Epi Burkina in an area to come and register. Other accusations, also say they are registering minors. What are you basing this on? Then I'm watching so I can't say me now.
Oh, Jifa, me that's for the sake of foreign audience so much, me try say me couple of kakra that factory, ama sana me kind, and answer na me answer a question. I'd like to give greetings to NDC France chapter and NDC Poland chapter, Ijinamu Pintin, and all the lovely people of Ghana who love President John Mahama and Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyemang. And to Dr. Abongo, I greet you and thank you for your submission to INFAD. Dr. Bowa Kasapa, here, one very, very important points be, and in the case of the past, he's very disappointed in the Electoral Commission. Jifa, as we all know, elections, it provides a very solid ground for strengthening, deepening, and consolidating the democracy and the governance system of several countries. Into the EC being the referee who is going to arbitrate the elections, and you can say if you be home because Sanyaman kitten we entire at the or how any tokwa any just say Matthew Macau about or mind Bebremu. It was about these elections issues. Now, Doc Ekaba allegations. Say Uma allegations, not evidence Eka. Then as I say you to me share Adeni. This is the ECR. They've made consistent errors. They have a penchant for apologizing, and it's getting too much. And then almost posting wrong figures. And see now say, oh, we are sorry, we apologize for correcting the figures. Prior to this limited voter registration exercise in 2023, they encountered similar challenges. Is the EC telling us that they do not have the competence and readiness to oversight these electoral process?
So how about we look at it like this? Say a human institution, errors are bound to happen, and we have to give them that room to make corrections and improve on it. Why don't we give them that opportunity?
Jifa, this is very, very important to safeguard the peace and democracy of our people. We are talking of a game of numbers here. So if one in aggregate, 1,000 in aggregate, you should imagine the kind of damage it will cause. The issue of people busing minors has been shown, and I'm urging the police to be very, very alert to arrest anybody who is trying to use dubious means and ways to try to register minors to vote. It doesn't make any sense. The issue is the EC is having too much mistakes and errors for our liking, and it's increasing the perception that they are too aligned and politicized, and these errors are bringing down their integrity. That is why if there's any small violence in any voter registration center, everybody gets agitated. That is why the machines, technical issues, power outrages, all these things should be thought of before the registration exercise began. You've seen these challenges in 2023. We had the same challenge in 2020 elections when the EC kept announcing different results post-declaration. All these, and Jifa, let's be honest here. As Doc mentioned, Ghana has enjoyed a very stable democracy since the inception of the Fourth Republic, right? And under no government have we ever heard that the EC has changed election results 3 times post-declaration. During the time of Dr. Farijan, we never had these kind of issues. People had so much belief in the Electoral Commission, and people had so much confidence in the results that came. Even with glaring evidence in the midst of people still believed in the Electoral Commission. But what do we see now? They said they had the funding, they were ready to run on the program, their machines and equipment are ready. Recently, they issued a statement that, oh, we've given the people generators and fuel. So then why are we having all these problems that is delaying the process? These are the things we are talking about. Imagine Manchester United and Liverpool playing a match, and then Liverpool scores and the referee is jubilating with the Liverpool team. All these things.
But why don't we also look at it in a way that, okay, these are machines, and machines can break down at any point. You see, such errors, no, we shouldn't crucify the EC. And I say to NDC, these things are not supposed to happen at all.
The issue is we need to be very honest and truthful to ourselves as Ghanaians and as people who love our country, and not just for the party. If Ghana is good, it's good for all of us. Jifa, you're talking of machines. That is why the NDC today in their press statement state that they need a comprehensive audit of all the ICT equipment of the Electoral Commission prior to the elections, because we do not trust them. You were just here, just 2 days into the registration exercise. They published some figures, and only to come out and say, oh, we are sorry, the figures and this and that. And if you read the presser that NDC released today, there was a very interesting catch in the line talking about this particular issue, that when Dr. Omani Boama pointed out the issue, the EC just corrected only that mistake, forgetting that there are so many errors in it, which the NDC is planning to publish very soon. The issue of violence in these electoral areas must be stopped at once. Whether it's an NDC person doing it or an NPP person, the law must apply to everyone equally. But yet we are seeing that the vandalism and hooliganism is only affecting majority of the NDC center. And it's really looking very suspicious. And that is why the NDC are not happy, and they've really come strongly with a very strong letter stating the tone that, hey,
if the vandalism is affecting most NDC strongholds, don't you think it's a situation that probably the NDCs are also more involved?
Wow, I think that you need to bring such evidence for me to look at them, because what I know is that several machines were not working in these centers. And, you know, in Boem, immigration officers tasked with, I don't know, superhero complex, stopping people from going to register. How can people who do not live in the vicinity, in the area, will be posted to such locations to be EC officials? How can they recognize if someone is coming from the town or not? And one example that I want to be like, the Electoral Commission has become so politicized that every little thing they do is raising eyebrows. For example, recently during Dr. Baumia's campaign, we found the director for ICT in the what do you call it, in the EC, having a photograph with him. Many people came out saying that, come on, how can the referee be seen eating and dancing with the same person who is going to play the match with the NDC? And someone may say he just went there for a visit, or just because he was a lecturer there. You are a referee, you are part of the Electoral Commission. Stay away from the partisan politics. Let us bring sanity back to the commission. Let us bring the integrity that the commission has held over the years. I quite remember growing up when I was studying in the University of Ghana. Ghana had a very strong democratic index. And even if you look at our democratic legacy, the smooth handing over power has been very exemplary. Why then are other institutions like the African Commission for Elections are saying that, hey, EC, be careful, you are publishing too much false news, you are rushing to publish news. And don't forget, if there's going to be a free, fair, transparent elections, then the EC must step up their game, because as it looks, they've lost their integrity. We don't even know if they're competent enough, because if simple additions that someone can just calculate, they couldn't even see it, then you can imagine the volume of errors we are to expect in the upcoming election. And then DC can't allow that, because This election is an election to save Ghana. You know, there's one interesting thing I always tell my friends, that when President Baumia, Vice President Mahmoud Baumia was elected as the presidential candidate for the NPP, they were singing a song, "We have won to save Ghana." And I was wondering, you are saving Ghana from who? You have affected every crook and corner of the Ghanaian institution with their rot. We need to try and be honest with ourselves. And I'm urging the security agencies, the EC, and all those parties involved, mandated to protect the peace, the rights, the sovereignty, and the will of the people of Ghana, to do their work. Because it looks like as if the AC is becoming so pompous and they are getting away with everything. Their penchant for apology is getting too much. Yeah, we are sorry, no, it's getting too much. They need to step up their game and bring back the confidence the people have in them, so that everybody will feel safe and clean and ready for the election. That, oh, we trust the EC to be a very independent, neutral referee going to this election. If not, I believe you've read the presser from the NDC. The tone was very harsh. They said, if the brutality that happened in Techima, where 8 people were killed during the elections, until now, no commission has been set up to investigate those crimes. If the slapping of Honorable Sanjo Jata Adayawaso couldn't bring even the sanity back to the EC, then you know we are dealing with a very strong situation here. The people of Ghana must look at the things that unite us as a country and focus on things that brings our peace together. Whether NDC, whether NPP, the important thing is that we need to have transparency and accountability. And this is the message of the NDC. Transparency and accountability. That is what they want to see. You are registering minors, you are busing minors, you are causing violence, you are changing voter officers. All these things brings a sense of insecurity and the perception that the people are planning to rig the elections for the NPP. As I pointed out, these things are going to be the precursor of what is to happen in the upcoming election. And if you are not careful, these things are just going to bring chaos to the country. I love my country, I love my people, and I want to live in Ghana peacefully. So please, the allegations doctor is saying that is false. It's so clear for everyone to see that video evidence circulating, of which Jifa, I'm sure you've seen. He also mentioned something about the Ghana card. I think it's also a very good point. In fact, thinking about it, the Ghana card has a lot of biometric features that is really going to help. And he mentioned that the Ghana card started under President Kufuor's time. I was wondering if you could add that with some evidence, because we all know it was the great visionary leader JM who started rolling this Ghana card issue as far back as 2012. And it is evident too that the JM is the one who brought all the ICT infrastructure, the internet infrastructure, the digital infrastructure to solidify the digital landscape. I'm surprised that when the NPP took power, they couldn't add anything to our digital landscape. Yet the EC, with the current power situation, with the current connectivity issues, could not handle this smoothly. Why are we facing the same problems? When you come back and say we are already ready for the elections, we need to get serious for once and focus on the things that binds us together as a nation. If not, then we have an issue. Thank you. And he mentioned the Saglame housing project as to Honorable Collins Dauda being in police custody and being in the court. As we all know, if a person is not yet proven guilty of a case, you have no chance to say he's guilty, right? Because I will choose Saglame housing project over the pit, the dag for God. Looking at the two situations, I think that's just a propaganda they are pushing. Then this released a statement about that we are just waiting for the police to handle the issue. For now, I can't comment about that. All that I'll say is that we need to focus and concentrate on the EC's action. They are very, very dangerous, and we are monitoring them with all seriousness for the peace of our country. Thank you.
Thank you to me, Lamte. Go to our comment section. I need Lamte. I am a Fitiano. I say, Bofune ya Fari. Young corner, you go share comments at Japan at the SND. Yeah, call na ya fire comments at Japan so at the Amani. Na say if I first comment, if I first comment, if we do AJ Cashman ho, or say good evening, Jifa. Yes, good evening, Cashman. Yeah, that's it. All joining. I think Cashman is watching on YouTube. Ladies watching, I say good evening, watching on YouTube from Lisbon, Portugal. Thank you. Edo AJ was more fire ni. Okay. This comment is from Isaac. It do say, I say good evening. Good evening, Isaac. Isaac, it do say, they will say, I'm watching live from Poland. Okay, thank you. Lady Mo _2. I say fire to fire. Greetings from beautiful city of St. Petersburg, Russia. The NPP has nothing to offer Ghanaians. Watching on the Twitch satellite. Okay, thank you. Odate TV will say watching live from Ghana. Okay. Taid Rain will say Mama Grace from Kuwait. Okay. Sikapa family or say simple registration tool has become Wahala in Ghana. NPP never again. Watching on YouTube from Jumapo near Koforidua. Thank you. Kwesi is here. I'll say I can see Dr. Bongo is not being truthful. He should speak like a Ghanaian and stop the politics of lies. Watching from Anglo Town near Koforidua. Okay, thank you. Mami, Issy Fwawa, I hope I got your name right. Okay, good evening to you too, Mami. Hans TV also not long ago, Ekufajo and his MPP people are saying we in Volta region are not Ghanaians. Watching from afar. Did he really say that? Uh, Primarily, I say the NDC should only be vigilant and match them boots for boots. They want to steal elections, but it won't happen this time. Watching for match near full. Okay. NDC Diaspora Union or say, please, Madam Jipa, tell Dr. Bongo we won't allow them to rig the elections. We are wild awake. Watching them. Greetings from Amsterdam, Holland. Okay, thank you. As Sampahene Boache in Adiwe Eba, or say watching and listening from Achim Himan in the eastern region. Why should a politician back minors to go and register? Question for the boss. Let's continue. Or say superior in Adiwe Eba, or say comrade Nilamte more fire. You are making a valid submission. The 24 economy is a game changer. Watching from Barcelona, Spain. Kunte Nana or say, wow, he is very good and solid. Watching on YouTube from Warsaw, Poland. Okay. Ni Lamte, okay, this one Ni Lamte from Odate TV. Or say, Ni Odate Fire. Okay, Victoria Kalko. Or say, well said, Ni. Do AJ Cashman or say good presentation. Ni NDC France chapter in Ghana is proud of you. Okay. Mame Ama, well done. Okay. Mohammed bin Ustaze, I hope I got that right. Or say, watching live from Poland. Me is speaking facts, proud of you. Okay. Michael Lamte or say, more fire, MPP away. Mohammed Rimo said the issue of machines should be checked well before machines, because machines in this critical election period can't get issues at this technology age we are in. Okay. All right. Your comment as Sandy and actually saying yes, was so yes, was for not yeah, fine. Second topic. I don't know if Dr. Bongo also has any rebuttals to make, but Oba and whatever it is, he let us know. But yeah, second topic I hear discussing because say why hasn't Dr. Mahmoud Baumia selected a running mate as of now? We are just a few months into the election, and NPP is still um, dragging their feet regarding the running mate for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. It is just a damn Potintina. So now no MPP and I said Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Intimi and picking Obia as running mate. Dr. Bongo Bajan saying you are no ye Maya na we are no say oh any concerns that Neelam say also read, please address it for us and then we move forward with our second topic. That's it.
Okay, Jifa Medasi, thank you very much. Jifa, Neil mentioned that it was John Mahama who started issuing Ghana card, which we all know is a lie, big time lie. You see, Ghana card started with John Adekunku. He became Ghana president 2000 to 2008. And those days, they use, if you register, they give you a paper identity. I did one, and I was given a paper ID. And we're now waiting for the Ghana card to come. You get the paper ID. Some even get their Ghana card, but some did not get. So let's make that clear. If Ni don't know, he should just correct himself. It's not JM. If you should have said Atami is Kurana, it would have been better. It is Kufuor who started Ghana card, the visionary leader. The Ghana health insurance, he was the one. The youth employment, he was the one. So Jifa, and the next issue that he was saying is that the EC should have checked their machines to make sure that their machines are working, they are functioning. We all know this time around they are using internet. Internet no more use it, right? And the machines have to verify your finger thumbprint and everything. For the verification you need internet. But you all know Ghana, it's not every location that you get internet. Even if you get internet, there may be interruptions, and that one is beyond the control of EC. So that is why EC is combining two, both online and offline, right? So if there's internet, then quickly they can verify your identity to make sure that you are not registered double. But if there is no internet, then on register offline. Offline, no more register via data no be via no normal running into the system. And whoever registered twice, automatic, it will prompt the EC. And he also mentioned that NDC say, on my while, they are going to protect that Techima will not happen, that Ayawaso will not happen. I always say, elections is not won by EC. EC cannot win elections. Like if you nominate an EC or if your party is in power, then there would have not been a change of power. Let's all remember, Charlotte Osei. I always say Charlotte Osei is one of the incompetent electoral commission that we have ever had in Ghana. Why do I say so? He was the
is one of the incompetent electoral commissioners.
Yes, that we have ever had in Ghana.
Are you aware she's recognized internationally as one of the best though?
So let me prove it to you. He's incompetent. If you have
I'm just asking, are you aware that internationally Charlotte Osei is recognized as one of the best?
No, that is I say it's incompetent. But sometimes incompetent can
be given. This incompetence is it just in the NPP's record, or is a general knowledge that she's incompetent?
It's a general knowledge that she's incompetent. That is why even his
own general knowledge. Look, let's be truthful. Let's be truthful. If you're saying it's a general knowledge that Charlotte Osei is incompetent, then how come other countries and other institutions that are internationally recognized are also giving her that platform and recognizing her as one of the best.
No, I'm saying he's incompetent based on the EC. He may be competent in some area, but I say he was the.
Yes, I'm also saying this based on her work as
and
the
let me prove it to
EC.
you. Just allow me to prove. I can prove why he's incompetent.
Okay, please prove it to us.
Yeah, Dr. Afarijan was EC, Electoral Commission, till he went on retirement. Are you aware of that? You are aware. Do you know that Charles Jose was the EC that ran EC a limited time and he was removed from office? Do you know that? Do you know that he didn't go on retirement?
I'm aware of that.
Yes. And do you know that some people petitioned for her to be removed? I'm not saying it. People petitioned the government and she was removed, right? And do you know that she was the EC, the Electoral Commissioner boss that came to bring arrows that does not even relate to Ghana coat of arms? If you're a Ghanaian, you never remove coat of arms of EC, right? That is in our national anthem, that is in our flag. And you go and bring arrows, blue color, that does not even relate to Ghana. Who does that? And we spend money on it. Based on these facts, I don't think she's even a Ghanaian, based on these facts, because nobody, my friend at the other side, will tell you that he will never remove the coat of arms that we.
Then, Dr. Bongo, if you are saying based on these things, you don't even think Charlotte Osei is a Ghanaian, then I think let me say the first tenor of the president, Nana Akufo-Addo, is invalid, because how can we have a non-Ghanaian declaring a president for us? If you are saying due to these things, you don't believe she's even a Ghanaian, then it nullifies the powers of the president.
That is why, if you understand me well, I say based on these facts, I didn't say she's not a Ghanaian. It's
so based on just what you said, that if you are basing on this fact that you think that because of these reasons,
let's be clear.
You think she's not a Ghanaian, then I think you should also say that because of these facts, Akufo-Addo's tenor is invalid. You should also just think about it like that.
I'm just making my point, and that is my point. I'm saying if you are a Ghanaian, a patriotic Ghanaian, you will never be thinking of removing our coat of arms that we know our great forefathers designed for us, that we are all proud of. No one will remove it and go and bring an arrows that doesn't have meaning. And when you find out the arrows, I learned it was used in Turkey, some educational center that was used. And you and I will bear witness that when this EC Electoral Commissioner came, she's also a woman. She didn't know. We have to revert back. Well, you came and you saw Afarijan. He was there for so many years, over 10 years. She never changed the coat of arms. That was what we were using. As soon as you appointed this woman, she came to change everything. Who does that? And you brought something that is not even related to our Ghanaian culture. You see, she was not patriotic. So I was not surprised when her own workers wrote a petition against her and she was finally removed. She may be competent in some areas, but she was incompetent there, right? And you also said she declared elections in our favor. So that is what I'm saying. That just go back to my point there. Elections is won at the polling stations. EC, no matter what they do, they can never win elections. Ghanaian people will vote for someone that they think that can rule Ghana. And I'm saying it again. Ghanaians already gave opportunity to John Mahama, and they rejected him twice. And we all know Dr. Mahmoud Wawumia gave him incompetent John Mahama. He is still that incompetent John Mahama. And I'm also saying that this elections is going to be won based on the moral foundation of corruption. And if you are going to based on this election, based on moral foundation of corruptions, NDC will never come closer to NPP, right? And if you are going to also talk of economic policies, a party that have brought social policies to Ghana, it is still NPP that is ahead of NDC. So we are not tempered. That's why we are saying that we are not handing over to any opposition. We are going to hand over to NPP. Because Ghanaians are going to vote for NPP, and NPP will hand over to NPP. So breaking the eight, we are not just saying it as a slogan, right? And they have brought 24-hour economy. And any of them you ask, any of their communicators, if you ask them to explain 24-hour economy, they can't even explain what they mean by 24-hour economy. They don't have operational direction of what is 24-hour economy. So I'm surprised that their channel are 24-hour economy, and they say the agro-processing sector will work 24-hour when they don't even have policy to policy that will help to produce factories and industries. So when you come, how do you implement 24-hour when you don't even have policy that will bring factories, that will bring agro-processing factories? Or they think the 24-hour economy, the agro-processing factories, or more head office now. They're not in the head office. So it should come clear. That's why I say NDC, they have a problem. And their problem is they always lack direction, leadership direction, policy directions. That is what NDC lack. So if you look at any time the NDC comes to power, at the end, when they leave power, most of their appointees have been either they have caused financial loss to the state, they are corrupt, and they end up going to jails, right? So that is the point that I just want to make clear. Even though I have stated, me can say EC, I'm disappointed that at this time, EC still don't have Ghanaians who are 18 years. They should be start compiling data. They should be start working with birth and death, so that there will be a now. If they give birth to a child now, today, EC should be able to have that data. So before 18 years, EC should write to the parent or the family that, oh, your child is up to 18 years, let him come and take this, so that this up and down, this 2 and 4 wouldn't happen. They should collaborate with the birth and death. That's why I say the EC, I'm disappointed because they don't have policies that will prevent those things, right? So the NDC will say, someone have brought someone here to register minors. Someone say this one is not a Ghanaian. That is why I say I'm disappointed in the EC in that direction. But if you look at conducting free and fair elections, I'm proud of EC because some are conducting free and fair elections and they always declare results, right? So it's not a matter of EC will let NPP win or EC will let NDC win. No, that one, let's be clear. It is the people of Ghana that will let Ghanaians win. And I've given a clear example that John Mahama brought Charlotte or say, yet when they voted, NPP
Dr. Bongo, yan to kasani you. Hello, Dr. Bongo. Hello, Dr. Bongo. Dr. Reka. Okay, Dr. Bongo, yan challenges kakra MC. Yan ko ni lamte hona. Yan je ono so adventure. Fa yɛsɛ ho yɛbisa sɛ NDC bɔde nti na deɛ na mo nso sɛ ɛno nti ɛna ɛyɛ Dr. Mahmood Bawumia ntumi ɛyi flag bearer so now we are just a few months into the election. Yɛbisa sɛ mo nso sɛ what exactly is stopping the flag bearer of the NPP from choosing a running mate at the moment?
Different question where there one can say one boy. Yeah. How dear Becca said the man is suffering from credibility issues because NDC nominating Professor Nana Jane Opoku Ajimai, a woman of value, of substance, of competence, and a track record that speaks for itself. Ama camp na shaky. But before I make an seminar, I'm person me making some misstated records in clear. Dr. Bongo was speaking about these elections being it's going to be on the moral foundation of corruption, and for me this is very funny. Like how can you talk about corruption being the moral foundation for these elections when the NPP unprecedented in Ghana's history, right? Like, even now, he was telling you that Charlotte say he's not even a Ghanaian. All these things wouldn't help us as a people. The fact that we support a political party doesn't mean we should put out our common sense and the truthful lens that brings us together as a country. This is a woman who has chaired election, called the results for the NPP, and President Mahama handed over power quietly without any problem or fight in Ghana. So for that issue of Charlotte Osei being an incompetent, I don't know how they NPP understands the word incompetent. They use it on Mahama, they use it on everything, and yet they are the most incompetent government we've ever seen in Ghana's history. So I'd like to clarify that. He mentioned that the NDC never had policies, and for me, I'm surprised. Like, upon all the education, all the videos, all the advertisements, all the noise that has been made about the 24-hour economy policy, I'm surprised Dr. Bongo does not have any love for such a brilliant idea that is going to, better the lives of our people. Before I come to break down the 24-hour economy for everyone to understand, and also to tune back to the question, he's talking about policy problems, and I would like to ask him, Jifa, let's face the facts here. Enough of the partisan issues. President John Mahama's work is evident for all to see. Just like Kwame Nkrumah, he can name every little bit of what he used our money to do. And all these are visible and captured in the Green Book, which has no fault. I remember when the Green Book was published, the NPP came out and saying some of the stuff were Photoshopped. Right now, they've seen that is the truth. There's no challenger. In terms of education, you saw the numerous schools, Mahama schools that were built. Can the NPP name even one, university they built? Mahama built 4 public universities. He built over 100 high schools. He built the hospitals, which are numerous, scattered all over the country. His projects touched every sector of our economy. It is so much, disgraceful to call such a man incompetent when he had little of the resources that the NPP has had over the years. Mahama had only one oil field, the Jubilee Fields. He worked so hard to establish 2 more. Mahama, God bless the man, and we are hoping that he comes back to save our country. In terms of health, he did it. Education, he touched it. Even our agriculture. How much was kinky when Mahama was leaving power? We heard the NPP say, you buy better kinky. So from 1 cedi to 80 pesos, how much is a ball of kinky now? We also saw our president drink Calipo, which Chatawale even made a song from. And now how much is Calipo? The basic things that are reflecting in the pockets of our people, things are expensive, inflation is running away, the cedi against the dollar can't be tamed. All these are factors that are pointing that this particular government is a failure. I'm even surprised Dr. Bawumia is no longer talking about the economy. This is a man who came with so many symposiums and symposias and presentations about what Ghana could do with $30 billion, Ghana beyond aid, and yet we've borrowed more than any government in the history of Ghana. And yet we are still the ones still blaming the NDC for our incompetence. How unfair can we be? Someone comes to power just for 3 years, 8 months. He is able to lay optic fibers all across the country, and we are benefiting from it now, talking from Ghana through the internet. Someone comes to Ghana, becomes the president, he builds the Accra Digital Center, he builds all the infrastructure, he builds the schools, he builds the hospitals, he builds the roads, and yet we still say he's incompetent. When President Mahama was leaving power, the cedi against the dollar approximately was $1 was equivalent to 4 cedis. And yet we voted for the competent Bawumia, and now $1 is almost equivalent to 15 cedis. Are we joking as a country? We need to get serious for once. We all need to put the fooling away and get serious for once. Let's think about the issues that drives us together. Let's put away partisan lenses and focus on the truth. Because too much that, those who have lived in developed countries can tell you for a fact, even when elections are going on, you don't even see noise. Because if you have done your work should speak for you. And in talking of moral judgment, on moral foundation of corruption being the basis for this election, then the NPP has already lost the fight. Bawumia, Vice President Bawumia is suffering from credibility issues. This is a man who has made so many promises that he couldn't fulfill. He himself mentioned that when the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. When the exchange rate exposed him, he came back to give a WAP logic, and I was wondering how people were clapping for him. What is going on with our people? We need to wake up and demand accountability because Ghana is in shambles. I like what Honorable Fifi Kwete said. He said, what the EC together with this current administration is doing, is a grave danger to the spirit of the Ghanaian legacy, the democratic legacy, and it is true. So these issues of EC, of competence and accountability, the NPP is nowhere near the NDC. This is a government that we are going through electric power outages, and the energy minister could tell us to the face that if we needed the timetable that we used to plan our lives, we should do it ourselves. This is a government that is so insensitive to the plight of the people. A 50 million USD was spent on a pit as a promise to God. Even God has been scammed. Can the people of Ghana trust this government? No. So the issues of competence and corruption issue, please, the NPP shouldn't even raise those issues at all, because I clearly remember that Professor Jainana Opoku said she and ex-President John Dramani Mahama have agreed that anybody who has participated in the plunder of the state will be held accountable. And we've seen this is the only government where a president's name is being called out in a gold scandal. You know, too many scandals have shrouded this government. So issues of corruption and foundation of it shouldn't even be talked about. For me personally, I'm even surprised that Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia wants to be a president. You failed woefully. Please just spare us the time and let's bring the competent people to power. Talking about the competent people, that is Vice President Baumia's problem. The gap, the kind of quality that the NDC have, and the right choice in choosing a woman of substance, a woman of dignity, a woman of integrity, a woman whose track record in the education ministry speaks for itself, the first female vice chancellor of a Ghanaian public institution, and a woman who has written extensively on the history of our country. People who love our nation focus on the issues that affect us. That is why President Mahama is going to the rural areas, having the People's Manifesto. What do you want us to do for you? Tell me, and I'll do it for you. I'm having a bet with you. If you vote for me and I come and I don't do them, then you say I'm a liar. If the NPP could name even one thing President Mahama promised and he didn't do, we'll just leave the vote. If Vice President Bawumia can even help push our, our city from 1 to 15 to 1 to 10, there should be no debate about this issue, about the people who have the men and the people who have the competence and the people who have the right knowledge and skills needed to push and accelerate our development goals. See, I always tell people I meet that, hey, time is changing. We are in different and diverse times. People need to stop the fooling and let's focus on the things that affects us. And if you listen to the message that the NDC is preaching, the NDC's message is touching every little hook and cranny of the Ghanaian people in their lives, devoid of all the politics that may come. Why do we trust President Mahama and Professor Nana Jane Opoku Agyeman as the preferred candidate to push Ghana to the promised land we want? Why? Because this is a man who has been in power before. This is a man who has made his mistakes. He has had the time to reflect on those mistakes and is ready to correct them and even do better than he did. I personally, I'll tell you for a fact, there is no challenger. And that is why Vice President Bawumia is suffering so hard, so hard to find someone who can match the standing, the eloquence, the integrity, the track record of of Professor Nana Jane.
So, if I get you, what you're trying to say is NPP doesn't have a match, or they don't have a candidate as qualified as Nana Jane Opoku.
They should bring her. We are waiting. It's been.
I beg to differ. I'm sure there are people in NPP who are equally capable or who are going to be on the same ground as Nana Jane Opoku.
Yes, I wouldn't say they are not competent women in the NPP. That would be a very foolish statement to make. But the thing is, the kind of vain, truth, aura, personality, charisma, and the integrity that is, flowing around the woman. Even with her speech, Ghana was shut down for days. In fact, we saw even Adenta women, NPP saying, please, we also need a woman to be the vice president. Please, there is no challenger as to who are the right pair for Ghana at this time. Ghana at this stage needs an experienced leader, someone who has been the captain of the ship before, who knows the ins and outs of the political terrain, the social, political, and economic landscape of our country, and has made it possible. The 24-hour economy that is coming is the game changer. Jifa, let's look at this. People live in Europe, right? People go to work in the morning, let's say from 6 a.m., they do 7 hours, 7 until 6 to 1 or 2, they go out from work. People also continue from that time. Then the third batch will continue to the morning. What are we doing? We are trying to expand our economy. We are trying to make sure that everybody gets involved. The country is asleep. The country is broken. So we need robust measures to push this agenda. And what is JM saying? He's saying, if you're a welder and you're a boss and you have your shop and you enroll with this 24-hour economy, I will bring my people in the district. They'll come and help you, set it up, expand the business, employ the youth who are ready to learn the trade, and I'll give you lower electricity tariff when you are working over the night, and also going to give you tax incentives and provide security to avoid hoodlums and thieves disturbing the work. Believe me, people may like it or not, but if Ghanaians can be honest and give the NDC the nod, there's no political party now in the country that can challenge the NPP and ensure that we have our country back. Because as we speak, Ghana is falling. Ghana has lost its relevance in the world. Even our education sector is in shambles. Our health sector, nothing to write home about. We need a total overhaul of our political systems, of our political institutions, and we need to bring the NDC back to help clean the mess. They mentioned the left JMMS, but he left a lot of money, over 270 million in the stabilization fund. Under JM, we had cocoa farmers having free fertilizer, and it helped them to even produce. Ghana was able to export over 900,000 metric tons of cocoa. What do we see under this government? Even 500,000 into Mintra. And yet you are talking about competence. You are living in a country where a ball of kenke was 1 cedi. If you had 3 cedis, those of us in the University of Ghana at that time, we call it 15-15. Beans, you can eat 1 cedi 50 pesos, and you're planting 1 cedi 50 pesos. Can 3 cedis get me beans and plantain now on Ghana? The answer is no. Let's be honest to ourselves and stop the games. Enough of the fooling. Let's focus on the right issues and vote massively for the NDC, for them to come and change the game and to bring Ghana back to the map and to the place it needs to be. Thank you very much. If Jifa, if there's more time for me to add.
Hallelujah, hallelujah. Enka osro hine ka apostle Stephen Amuakuhu okwantrofo panyi ene kofa baye edema Inner World of God Ministry International ewo biblical truth memenda ediye nimi ene memenda bia abra abo enumre nonso Ghana time ye ni life ewo Today Ghana News TV biblical truths power
Yeah, and I must say, my show.
Almost $300 million.
So the show has come to stay. Mummy na yesu. Na yentiti o man. Na wonso oni nipa.
E daddy e Ghana for dia. Enye BP dia. Enye NDC dia. Enye obi bia dia.
President Kufano. Because what to near mom. I'm affecting all this. Full prices now what they buy.
Yeah, I just NDC for car, but for Ghana card, I for Dining become an answer.
Men who can say, yeah, you know, you have to yard to the
Facebook, na Instagram, na YouTube, na Twitch, TdayGhanaNews TV, Anchor FM.
Ghana Funeral. My show is your show because a Ghana empty and a show that will be my show. And that will be asking.
Yes, I'm a mapa baby. Me call Dr. Bungo Hona. Mama ye na dwentre. Ni ebisa na no ebuso kasa de ansa network no. Ete ekoye. Ye bisa say NPP for Frank to for you know Dr. Mahmoud Baumia Alaji. Basically, I think we are just 8 months from the general election, but so now we haven't seen the flag bearers running mate. In Sebisa said, what exactly is causing this long hinge, and I say it's causing this long delay. Into Dr. Bongo, but they are not what they are my
Yo, Jifa, I no correct. And Obekaya, NDC, John Mama, Omuye de no, John Mama, it take almost over 1 year, and son or nominate ni vice presidential candidate. Say, Mecca and a second for Bekaya. Omu electing you as flag bearer chair pa just recently no, oh ye, anyway. Now, yes, a year flag bearer last year, and to share no yam do 4 months, but me more assurance say, next month, June, and I say early July, ye di a dean beto Ghana for a vice presidential candidate near Ebe. But why would him? This is not about even the vice president candidate. NPP a candidate na no. Oka John Mahama and Professor J Nana Iboma still Baumia is ahead of them in terms of popularity, in terms of maybe beer politically. I don't know Mikasa. The beer NDC ni Ebeka. Omusi Baumia, Sidia Folly, Baumia. If you say Baumia is just a vice president. Current president Nana Akufo-Addo na president and a Baumia and a vice. But John Mahama has been president before. And you can't even compare Mumi Nukra. Wow, John Mahama have been president before, but Wumia have never been president before. Now, if Osan can say, or vice presidential candidate, Professor J. Nana, yes, she may be good academically, but over politically, and I say managerial role in politics, she's a failure. And I say it with facts. Share free SHS. And Oka 200 E-blocks. John Mahama promises so we see Ghana for. I am a former Nisika, so only 200. Jane, Nana minister. Jiva, could she even build 50%, 25% she could not even build. And UCC na all head, you know, normal pass mark is 60%. Or no Kasano, he managed to build only 37. What do you mean building 100? It is based on UCC. I don't know head, you know. J Mama, J Professor J Nana, or a failure as a minister because high schools no want me see. And the ocean track record that she's just a failure. Over nurses and teachers allowances are. If you are someone, a woman that knows the benefit of nurses, this was a social policy. Nurses and teachers allowance. Some of the students, I don't know what school fees. This woman, she cancel nurses and teachers allowances. It takes NPP to come and restore these nurses and teachers allowances. So if you are talking of leader, J Nana does not even come closer politically. She's already a disastrous, a failure. We know her. We judge people based on their competence, right? Based on their competence. This was a minister who performed willfully very, very bad. Even, I'm sorry to say, you should have choose a different person. And that is why they make a difference. We don't have generational leaders. Yeah? Kufo, HUC, Ali Muhammad, Nana Akufo, HUC Bawumia, because he knows that you're young, or free man, you can get a generational leader to continue. Now, John Mahama, could you see vice president candidate, or could you see Obukura Wayina Seno? Why could you see Obi pension 70 over 70 years? Now, who be dear, or better no 80 years? You are looking for young people to come and manage. Why could you see your own?
And that's it. Probably the goal is not for John Dramani Mahama to hand over power to him. It's not a matter
No.
that
I'm saying
the
that
president
it's
hands
time
over
we
power
get
to
generational leaders.
the vice.
Yes, it's time when you're considering a leader. You should be thinking about that. We should start to be grooming leaders. You start to give young people opportunity, right? Because she has failed. She's a failure. When she was a minister of education, she failed. Everything she failed. And who said Neil Lamte Air Cancer Eye, the free SHS is a mess. I'm sorry. If I see an educated person saying this, it pains my heart. Diva, in our era, you could finish, get admission to SHS. You can't go. At the end of the day, you see you ask a lot of kids, my parents could not support me to go to SS. And if you don't have SS education, you can never get scholarship to study abroad. You can never go to police. You can never go to army. And this is a government that brought an opportunity for anybody who completes JHS to have that basic senior secondary school education. And someone is saying that it's a mess. He doesn't even acknowledge the benefit. These children are children that would have finished JHS and become trotro mate are attending secondary schools. He doesn't know in the future these are the same kids that will manage INU, our pension fund. Instead of even praising the free HSS, he's saying it's a mess. And this is a system that the party even implemented, government, because we have vision. We implemented double track system. Why double track system? Because when we are on holidays, in our term, you go on term holidays, they close the classrooms. Now government is saying that once you are on holidays, it's open. Different set of teachers will come and teach others. And he doesn't even know that this one it's even overtaking that 24-hour economy that they are saying. That's why I say NDC they lack policies implementation. They can produce slogans, but they will never know how to implement those policies. That's why I say the 24-hour economy. There is no any NDC member that can come and give you a clear explanation of 24-hour economy. It takes only NPP. See, let me give him a simple explanation of 24-hour economy. We said when we come, we are going to do one village, one dam. That one village, one dam is to help farmers to farm all year round, to farm 24 hours, to produce crops. We went back and said we are going to make one district, one factories, right? This is a clear policy. The district and factory will need raw materials from the farmers. Therefore, the factories can work 24 hours. You see, this is a clear policy of 24-hour economy. You bring policies that you can implement the 24-hour economy. But we just mentioned 24-hour economy. How is the 24-hour economy? He's saying welder. and they will bring people from the village to come and help and work. He's not even mentioning that there will be technical education that will train welders, professional welders, and they will now work for 24-hour economy. That's what I'm saying. If you're doing policy, you see, they always lack policy experts. It's time they come and consult NPP, and we give them how to design policies and implement policies. That is why I'm also saying that if you remember Kufuor time, he brought youth employment program. NDC came and spoiled it, and that is why Abu Gopele even went to prison, because they couldn't manage the youth employment program, right? Look, you just look at all the policies that Ghanaians are enjoying. Ghana health insurance is NPP. Free SHS is NPP. LEAP is NPP. NDC cannot mention a single social policy that they have brought, and all Ghanaians are enjoying. I remember Lamte, if you check, all his family members, they have Ghana health insurance. They are enjoying free healthcare, right? This is NPP policy. So, you see, I'm not only talking. We are all in abroad, and we see some of the social intervention policies that government put in place. And I also stated that the family can say this election is going to be won by like moral foundation of corruption. And he was talking of incompetent. Up to now, there's no any NPP member that have ever been prosecuted or standing court trials. But as I'm telling you, there are about 4 NDC members that are standing criminal charges for corruption. Collins Dauda is one, Segalimi. Atu Forsin, Speaker of Deputy Minority Leader of Parliament, is standing court trial for ambulances. And just recently, Tamuklin, the CEO of Manslaw, he was saying that Makol woman, this is a woman that they gave money that he should help provide tokens to market women that were in disaster. This woman managed to steal this money, and she ran to USA, and John Mahama watched her to do this. And we are coming back, we want to become president. Where is the moral foundation of corruption? When the founding father of NDC fought corruption, J.J. Rawlings, yet the party members, that is why he even said babies with sharp teeth. Let's pray for Mother Ghana, and let's pray that NPP should continue to be in power, because the one DC one factory is in progress. We are building one agenda 111 hospitals, and we are building agenda not these e-blocks that NDC could not build for 4 years. So the agenda 111 hospital, just watch the videos and watch the flames and look at the stage that they are. Not e-blocks, so just e-block that you build, and they couldn't even manage to build it. And this is a woman that you are bringing here to lead Ghana as vice president. We are not kidding. Let's be serious for once. Let's be serious and get generational leaders. I would have preferred that they bring Akujo to Ablakwa. That guy, I like him. He's a good guy, right? He's better than this woman, this old woman. Sorry to say, we all become old. So when I say old woman, I'm clear about that. She's an old woman. She's not fit to even be a vice presidential candidate. This is someone who's over 75 years. In some countries, she's already a retiree. That is why she couldn't even be a vice chancellor, because she's supposed to go and rest. And you're bringing this woman to come and oh, Charlie, we are going to produce a vice president candidate. Watch out, June. Watch out. We will nominate a vice president to shake Ghana.
It's young quiet comment session now. Yes, comment for SND Mali. To our first comment, yeah, the money is free. Mohammed for say wow, shout out to you. Fact is always fact. With this JM initiative, we are rest assured that Ghana will go forward if he is given the mandate. The ex-president has done some before. Okay. All right. Yeah, and for the next comment. Victoria Kauku, I don't know if that's the pronunciation, but I'll say, wait, is NPP going to talk about the nurses allowance? Please bear us. Well, we've already spoken about it. So, yeah, Bio, I say NPP has no message for 2024 elections. Watching from Nkwanta in the OT region. I am the popular tea seller at the in Kwanta Lorry Station. You're also live on Adeleman Community Information Center at Tutukene in KJP. Thank you very much, Yao Biu. Robert Kimpe and Eddie Bayo say, haha, Dr. Mongo thinks he's speaking to only NPP supporters. Ghanaians are not sleeping again. Greetings from Paris, France. Okay. Edu AJ Cashman and Eddie Bayo say, God bless you, Jipa. Dr. Bongo is making it clear that Nanado was declared by a foreigner. Okay. Nana Takrimu, I say this is what at all is Dr. Bongo saying? I can't understand what he is saying. Maybe he is speaking in parables. Greetings from Tatale, Northern Ghana and Tekina Information Center listeners. Okay, Yadamunina, I'll say. Kwekuyebu, I say, Brother Neelam, you did very well. You need to come on the show more often. Greetings from Raura in the OT region, to whom in the eastern region as well. Okay. Teresa Owusu and anyway by also good evening. I'm watching from Accra, more fire. Okay. Jaframa TV also thank you for the collaboration. Watching from Rara in the OT region. Thank you very much, Jaframa TV, for taking this segment. Badaru Isa also you have plans that you executed nothing within 8 years. I think Dr. Bongo is joking. Badaru Isa and Ebe Urieba. No, Dr. Bongo is not joking. He's very serious. Alright, so let's go back to our panelists and we are getting our final submission. It's almost time. So Neelam, kindly join us and give us your final submission. Yeah, up on If Neelam says so with that, if it's not okay, Neelam say you're welcome. That's all my last submission. Not just the median every
Jifa me dase papa. First of all, on say onipa bia o kanokra uhuni asem watamfu hia wa no nyawa, then they try character assassination. The woman has been announced as the vice presidential candidate for the NDC. Dr. Bongo couldn't find any corruption case or whatever case to malign her name with, only to say she's a failure and a failure. This is a woman who was able to move UCC from its current state to make it one of the best universities in Ghana. At a point in time, when I was studying in Adisado College in Cape Coast, UCC was the #1 premium university in Ghana based on quality that the students were producing. Professor Nana did excellent job as the Minister of Education. It was through her time that the progressive free SHS education was rolled out. Let's be honest here. Who started the free senior high school program? It is already in the constitution of Ghana that progressive governments should try and make senior high school free and accessible to all students. JJ tried the free compulsory universal basic education, and President Mahama started rolling the started rolling the free senior high school project. What did they do? They said, we are going to start building the schools, and the students who are going to go to the day school are going to go without paying a dime. What do we see with the free SHS today? When the NDC said this free SHS is dangerous and it's affecting our economy and it's in a mess, that there should be a review, the NPP came out, President Nana Akufo-Addo said, review, just say you're cancel no. All these things do not help us. When this free SHS was rolled out, we all saw that some students were sleeping on the floors. Other places, the dormitories. They didn't have enough rooms for the students. And, you know, even the food that the students are eating, these things must just be revised. He talked about the one village, one dam, and NDC not having a policy. And I think if you want a party that deals with slogan in Ghana, is the NPP. Former for Nana, it is possible. One district, one dam, one constituency, $1 million, one village, one district, one factory. Where are the factories? If the factories are working, why do we have so much unemployment in Ghana? Where is the alawa for the nurses? It took a young student, Miss Ayu, to question the vice president for him to cough out this 177 million that is supposed to be paid for the students today. When we talk of corruption, it was under this government that the office of the office of the special prosecutor, that is Mr. Martin Abudu, said the president is the mother serpent of corruption. It was the same under this government that the special prosecutor also said he has become Ankwanuma or no yedobet to me nimreso anoko, because the president himself has become the clearing agent. This is a country where the Minister of Sanitation was found with, you know, volumes of money under her bed. When they promised us that Accra will be the cleanest city in 18 months, what are we seeing? Go to Bukom, go to Kolebu, look at this Odo River. They said they are going to drench and put boats. Where are the sky trains? Where is the $1 million for each constituency? Where are the schools? You roll out free education without building any infrastructure. And yet you said you are the pioneer of free senior high school. They should give us a break. Let the facts speak. For once, Ghanaians, let's be honest. Let's think. I'm repeating these words because they are very important. Let's think about the things that unite us as a nation. We need to be very patriotic and think about the nation and things that we are going to do to move our nation forward. Are we happy with what we are feeling and seeing in Ghana today? Where justice is subverted, where we can't even trust our judiciary, all our political institutions has been politicized, there's total state capture, things are running down. Ghana is running down to the ground, and we need someone with the critical skills and experience to navigate us through these very, very dangerous waters. So the issue about who should lead Ghana, it shouldn't even be a topic for debate. To be very honest with you, the NDC, even with their shortcomings and limitations, they were still able to do significant work. These nurses that were complaining of allowance, the NDC said, please, we are going to scrap the allowance, but we are going to replace it with student loans, which is going to be accessible with a very big bandwidth that you all could get it and pay your fees and live on. We are not going to deduct it from you, or we are not going to take it back until you start working. What did they say? No, they wanted the alawa. For how many years now? Look at the issues that came up. It took a young girl, Miss Ayu, to only ask Vice President Dr. Bahamadu Mawumia that where is our alawa, for him to say, oh, now we are going to talk to the Ministry of Finance. The issue about Dr. Bawumia being the vice president.
Kindly wrap up for us and give us your closing remarks as well.
My closing remarks is that the presidency is a single ticket. If today, God forbid, if President Akufo-Addo shouldn't be alive, Vice President Bawumia is going to be sworn in as the next president of Ghana. Whatever he's saying he's going to change when he comes to power, he should do them now. What is stopping him? He could cough up 177 million for the payment of student allowance. Why can't they cut the e-levy out? My final message to Ghanaians is that, please, fellow Ghanaians, let us think about the things that unite us. Let us think about the things that makes us Ghanaians. Let us think about the things that is going to push our country forward. We deserve the best. We deserve quality education. We deserve quality healthcare. We deserve transparency and accountability in all our political institutions. We deserve the proper establishment of rule of law. Our constitution must work for the peace and sanity of our country. Things must change. And that is why we need the game changer. Ex-President John Dramani Mahama, who is going to become the incoming president, inshallah, by the grace of God. I know that wise Ghanaians, the wise majority, are going to vote massively for the NDC, and we are going to come to power and make Ghana great again. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you to Ni Odati Lumpy. Let's go to Dr. Abongo Bashu for his final submission as well. Okay, Dr. Abongo Bashu. Yes, I am our
Yo, me jo so me nua. Jifa me final submission, me pese me can say me be use this opportunity as Ghana for it's just more 18 years, you know. So they should go out. They should go out, especially or more benefit free HSS, you know. Or they should go out and register. They should go out and register and vote for NPP to continue so that their brothers and sisters would still enjoy the free SHS because Ujai Abayoba Yanumwa, they have stayed in opposition for 8 good years. They are very, very angry. And the kind of stealing, the kind of chopping that they will chop will be unprecedented. So we should not allow them. And I also like to thank the Ashanti region. So far, so good. The EC have given out a data. The 4 days, that was from 7th to 11th data that I'm having on their website. The current data I don't have. And nationally, about 143,000 registered voters have gone to register. And if you look at the breakdown, Ashanti region is leading by 25,558. So that means in our stronghold, our members, our party members are really registering and they are ready to go and vote for us. As I said, it's 25,000. That was the 4 days. And if you look at the second region, it's Greater Accra, which is also a swing state. So that one is about 17,000. So it's good news that Ghanaians are really registering. This is for 4 days. And EC started, it's more than 6 or 8 days now. Because it's 7th and today's date is 15th, right? So that means almost 8 days. So if you are looking, it's getting to 300,000 members that or Ghanaians that have registered, and it is good news. And I'm still giving out my message that Ghanaians should just look at the policies that they are enjoying, the current social interventions policies that they are enjoying, and they should compare and contrast it between NPP and NDC. Wow, she Nima Onya wa Ghana as a Ghanaian. Utu botoma no yi Ghana kada. No wa kai NPP. O yare no ko hospital. No wa kai NPP. Ni na ni NPP policies na o enjoy no. NDC policy bien ni o enjoy o ye Ghana ni. Me mom allegation, me mom o dede no entoso. And o ye market woman. No ton ade o makwala market. Tell your children, your niece, your brothers and your sisters that you were supposed to get money from manslaughter, and someone, John Mahama, appointed, took all the money, ran to United States of America, and she's enjoying the money. So will you like to vote for the same man who watched this woman to steal your money and or to call US and all 20? No, you wouldn't do that. And if you remember, now a year later, or the new Kunusu Ako, NDC, almost or see ni wife, no, the former wife, oh yes, Echo told down was South Africa. This is NDC for you. And if you're an ordinary Ghanaian, what will you do? Just think, stay and think. Yes, me did say economy no hard. I wouldn't say it is not hard. Things are difficult, but this is under NPP, and we have been able to manage it. It would have been disaster if it were to be under NDC. You see, when NDC was in power, there was no any economic crisis in the world. There was no war. There was no COVID-19. Yet they have to cancel a lot of social intervention policies, which I said nurses and teachers allowance. They have to cancel it because they couldn't. Parents were paying school fees. But this time around, we are rather feeding students in school for free, right? And we are paying nurses and teachers allowance. So ours, we are rather spending more. They were getting all these things. yet still they couldn't manage the economy well. And this is the same John Mahama, and he's coming for only 4 years. And he has also stated that Oba up a honeymoon. So you can see that this is someone who don't want to work. Jifaye na Ghanaians, we na him honeymoon. Honeymoon, we say, oh yeah, what we are. No, you enjoy. Unye mo, move enjoy. John Mahama say, or no up a honeymoon. Ghana for mutio, also up a honeymoon. Ye pe president Oba be your honeymoon. Ye pe president Oba be ye juma. Ye penny over ye juma. Oshe Mahmoud Bawumia dignitarization. Or no Oba abe ye juma. Or no NDC for Israel. Or bizarre questions. Joshua Ata Emisa Ata, former vice president, he couldn't answer all those questions. He couldn't answer. Up to now, NDC cannot answer those questions. This is someone that we want him to become a leader. And if he's a leader, he's going to fight and develop Ghana. So I ask you Ghanaians, if you go, Jifa, Mami use this opportunity and cheer Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Let me cheer NPP baby Omuobia and a Ghana for. Please, Ghana for. Remember me can also Ghana heading. KK 1 city na 2 cities. Share depreciation, economic recession, or no Poland, who be sent over cultural farmers na say no more demonstrate. Or no Poland or was a CA. The farmers they are demonstrating that because Ukraine are bringing cheap agricultural product, they wouldn't allow them. The situation in Poland is very hard. The economic situation is very hard. Farmers are suffering. Workers are suffering in Poland. Or no Poland, who be sana new that land of a cultural. Oko Germany, the same thing. Factories are collapsing. Businesses are collapsing. It is economic crisis. Obi of a cultural true of a cultural and ye Ghana and Ghana. We are managing the economy very, very well. And that is NPP for you. So trust us and give the power to us. And the good news is that Nana Akufo-Addo will be going. And Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the competent Bawumia. And NDC even named him the economic messiah. The Adam Smith of Wale Wale. We all remember Adam Smith, the father of economists. That is the name that NDC gave it to our presidential candidate. But yes, we have not given, you only gave me incompetent. So you can compare. Either we want Adam Smith or you want the economic messiah. If you the same messiah, you all know Messiah is someone who came to save us. Jesus Christ was the messiah. That's the same thing. Messiah is Bawumia. He's coming to save Ghana. And you're going to compare it to incompetent John Mahama. It wouldn't work. So please, my brothers and sisters in Ghana, I'm pleading with you. It's not about politics, like my brother said, Neo Dantlante. It's about your future. And just look at the benefit that you are enjoying, the things that you are enjoying today. All the things that you are enjoying that is the policies of NPP, New Patriotic Party, right? Any negative thing that is bringing Ghana down is NDC. So I challenge, this is the question that I always give it to NDC. Me challenge you. They should mention one NPP member that have been found corrupt and jailed. I can mention 15 NDC members that have been found corrupt and jailed. I can mention 15. That is how they steal. That is how they always want to steal. And those who are standing trials, you was mentioning Cocoa Board open him, and he's one businessman are standing trials. Maybe before we even do election, they will even be jailed. I'm not saying they are standing criminal charges. So Jifa, that is that. Ghana is why we have to protect, and we'll do anything to protect the public purse of Ghana. It was mentioned that Joshua Martin Amidu said, you see, Martin Amidu, he's an NDC member, NDC Nipa. He was once a vice presidential candidate. And an NPP power. He said, on special prosecutor. Can you imagine, Jifa? Can you imagine a womanizer, and you give your daughter to you, a womanizer to take care of your daughter? Will you do that if you know that this man power a womanizer? No, do back or share in bedroom say on share mouth. No man will do that. And I say you see a lion in a room, and you take a kettle, a cow. No, they are commands on share mouth. But you know, that is what NPP did, and they did Martin Amidu by somebody special prosecutor. She couldn't prosecute even a
If
guinea
that's
fowl.
what they did with Matanami, do not complain. How about the current special prosecutor?
Oh, the current prosecutor, oh yeah, Juma, and it's a human institution. That is why I like it. A human institution. And when something's not working out, come and voice out. You don't have to resign. You have to be a man. You have to fight for Ghana. We are all human beings. We are Ghanaian. And no one can sack you. The president who can go. Martina Midu should have worked and know that his position is even more than the president position, because the president, they can vote him out. But Joshua Martina Midu, special prosecutor, no one can remove you out of office. No one. No matter what you do, even the president, if he's corrupt, you can even take the president to court and prosecute him. You don't have to complain. You don't have, because your position is protected. You are not a minister. Minister, they can decide to remove you out of it. They can decide to change you. Special prosecutor, the constitution give you that power. Over 10 years, over dear check. Me you and free. So you should have known that.
Okay. That's how we will show my one team my
Tejifa, minimum no be no. Maybe you see this opportunity be at the Ghana for us. Na masanda wasi, na masanda me co-panel ni, because the debate has been intellectual, not like insulting and that kind of no. This is the kind of politics that we should be having. You debate, put the facts down, and our listeners will look at the facts that is there. And when the day reach for them to go and vote, they say, Mamuko polling stations now, they'll say, oh, I listen to this, I listen to this. Man, who say NPP were good policies, now at Twama. They said 24-hour economy, NPP, will be that. I think Omuye slogan, Omunye position, Osha commander sugar factory now. Omuye and the same thing. There were no raw materials. They were just building the factories without a policy that will generate raw materials to feed the sugar factory. That is why it is idling. And we are paying huge loan. You see, that is the bad policies of NDC. And Tigana for Misrama, Miduma. Our savior is coming, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Mutumano. Why?
Okay.
Now our vice president candidate will be announced in June. Watch out. Thank you.
Yo, and so better say Dr. Buguma should say was a rare and then to check for more. Me or that I'm saying so that also actually so also Jibber and actually more woman come to share no come on, one will say one will share channels no one will connecting from various parts of the country and outside the country. Rara, Suhun, Koforidia, HFD, Nkwanta, Tamale, Takale, Momoshaye, all over the country, and outside the country, Poland, Germany, Portugal, Spain, wherever you was, Italy, Munina, at the Amsterdam, Holland, Munina, at the bread. And they and come on, extend them comments and so and they am my now what you send they say share them. Mr. said Adi and I FBC show no. When you ask it, someone there and say me Eddie Antonia. Now what you send they give the same is share them. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Na, na, na.